So we'll take our right hand and we'll use our fourth finger, our ring finger, and our thumb to plug up the sides of our nose here, okay? So before we get started, let's just inhale in through both sides of the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Inhaling in through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. Good, and then we'll bring our hand up. We'll plug up or block off the left side of our nostril. We'll breathe in through the right. Switch, open up the left, and exhale out through the left nostril. Inhaling in through the left nose. Switch and exhale out through the right side. Inhaling in through the right. Switch and exhale out through the left. Inhaling in through the left. Switch, exhale out through the right. Inhaling in through the right. Switching, exhaling out through the left. Okay, and we'll breathe in this way at your own pace. Okay, good. And we're just going to finish out exhaling out through the left side. And once you've done that, gently just drop your hands down and just notice your breathing now. Is one side more open? Does one side feel more closed? And then slowly just start to blink your eyes open. We'll take some shoulder rolls here, just rolling your shoulders back a few times. Just nice and gentle shoulder rolls. Okay, awesome. And then let's just gently look from side to side. And again, as you move through this, try not to move too fast. Just kind of notice like when you look from left to right, does your neck feel tight? Maybe you feel it in your chest, in your shoulders maybe. Good. And then we'll go ear to shoulder, tilting your head from side to side. And again, just, pausing for a moment on the sides. And just switching again, just gently, just a few times. Okay, I'm going to do one more time on each side. Good. And then let's actually just start to make some circles here. So we'll just circle the head a few times in one direction. Again, move slow. Okay, there's no need to rush, get yourself dizzy doing these head circles. Okay, you want to really take your time. Just notice where there's any tension, where there's extra popping or crackling. And then we'll switch sides. We'll go in the other direction. Okay, awesome. And then go ahead and bring your head back in line with your spine. Let's give ourselves a hug. And just notice which elbows on top here, okay? And then we're just gonna twist a little bit like we're hugging ourselves from side to side. Just give yourself a hug. Gently rock side to side. Oh my goodness, my ribs are so tight here in my upper back. Whew. Okay, good. And then whatever arm is on top, okay, you can stay just like this. We'll come to the center, or you can start to come into eagle arms. Okay, so you can lift up through your forearms here. Good. Elbows lift up. And this is only if this feels good. Okay, and then we're going to drop our right ear to right shoulder. So again, we're doing like this nice side tilt, but with the arms. Good. Drop your shoulders down. Notice if this changes the stretch a little bit. Good, and then bring your head back up, and then we'll switch left ear to left shoulder. Okay, awesome. And again, kind of just, taking note as you lift your head back up, which arm was on top, and then we're just going to switch the cross of our arms so the other arm is on top. And again, just give yourself a hug, give yourself a little twisty twist. Awesome. Good. And then slowly coming back to the center, moving into eagle arms if that feels okay on your shoulders and your chest. And then we'll bring our left ear to left shoulder. Good. Maybe peeking out. I can peek out a little bit more on this side. My shoulders are not as tight in this way. Good. Soften your shoulders. Breathe. Good. And then we'll switch right ear to right shoulder. Good, and then lifting back up, unwinding your arms, reaching your arms out to the sides, and then just lower your left hand down. I'm just gonna back up just here a little bit here. And lower your left hand down, and we'll stretch this right arm up and over, just taking a nice big side arc stretch here. Okay, good. Bending your top arm, hand comes behind your head. Look up towards your elbow. Take a nice big deep inhale here. And then exhaling, draw your elbow towards your knee or towards your other elbow. Okay, and then reach right back up. Okay, we're just gonna move in this way just a few times. I'm gonna do about 3, but maybe you wanna move through it a little bit faster and you wanna do 4 or 5, that's fine, okay? Good. Yeah, about 3 or 4, that's totally cool, okay? And then re-extend that top arm back up, give yourself a nice big side stretch. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Right hand down, left arm up and over, arcing up and over. And breathe. Good, top arm bends behind the head, look up towards your elbow. And then elbow towards your knee or other elbow. And again, just moving in this way about 3 or 4 times. Just connecting your breath to your movement. And then when you're ready, you'll re-extend that top arm back up, giving yourself a nice big stretch again, nice big long side stretch. And then gently rising back up. Good. And then let's just switch the cross of our legs, and we'll do the exact same thing again with the other leg crossed in front. Arms reach out to the side body stretch, left hand down, right arm up and over. Good. Hand behind the head, look up towards your elbow, inhale in. Exhale, elbow towards your opposite knee and elbow, reaching right back up. And again, just about 2, 3, 4 of these, however many you want to take. Again, just really connecting with like how your body wants to move today and how this side wants to move. Okay, re-extending that right arm back up and over. Good. Yeah, and then switching sides. Right hand down, left arm up and over. top arm bends, inhaling, looking up towards your elbow, exhaling, elbow towards opposite knee, arm, and again, however many you'd like. Connecting with your breath. Maybe you're holding the curve a little bit longer. Good. Awesome, and then re-extending that top arm back and up. Nice side stretch. And rising back up. Soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. Okay. And I'm gonna place my hands on my shins. You're welcome to place them by your knees. And we're gonna do a round of cat and cow in this position here, okay? So we're gonna inhale, we're gonna arch up, look up towards the sky. And then exhaling, round your spine, curve back. So inhaling, cow, exhaling, cat. Good. And moving in this way as slow or as fast as you'd like. Good. The next time that you are in cat pose, hold it there. Okay. Drop your head and then slowly start to fold over your hips. So keep that nice rounded spine as you fold over here in your Baddha Konasana legs. Good. Inhaling, rising on up. Okay. Go ahead and bring your knees to point up towards the sky. Allow your feet to be about hip distance apart or a little bit wider, okay, like shoulder distance here. And then I'm leaning back into my hands so I can do little window wipers here on my seat, okay? And again, these do not have to be as big as mine. They can be small and subtle, okay? But really just focusing on how like the hips are rotating in, how the hips are rotating out. And the next time your knees are over to the right, we're gonna stay to the right and we're gonna try as best as we can to sit up here in this position, in this nice little stag position. Again, it's totally optional. I'm going to tuck this left shin under me a little bit more, and we're gonna fold right over our right shin. Okay, so reach those arms forward, and then here we are in our little half pigeon pose, okay? All we have to do is straighten the back leg and then we'd be in full pigeon. But for now, let's just enjoy this little half pigeon. Okay, and then I really want everyone to, to focus on the back body. So when you breathe in, really breathe in between your shoulder blades, breathe into your mid back, your low back, the side bodies here. And again, remembering that this is the pose right here. You're welcome to stay with your arms extended out, or you can lift up onto your elbows or forearms. And all we're going to do is lift up and we're going to walk around to the right so that when we move to the right a little bit, when we look down, we'll look directly at our kneecap. And then now we're going to fold over our knee instead of our shin, okay? So again, same thing. You can walk your arms out, focus on the back body. Focus on the spine lengthening. Okay, good. About 2 more breaths just here. Okay, good. And again, remembering that, again, this is the pose. You do not have to go and spiral as much as we're going to next, okay? So I'm going to walk my hands in just a little bit so I can lift up. I'm going to start walking my hands a little bit more over to the right. So if you were to, look up at me, you would see that I'm like really twisting now, okay? And I'm like up on my fingertips. I'm lifting my chest up a little bit higher so I'm not falling forward. Just lifted as I'm twisting here, looking over my right shoulder. Good. Okay, good. And then we'll slowly release this by walking our hands back around. We'll lean back gently. And again, really just be mindful of this left knee, okay? And then we'll just do a little clean out the hips with a little swishy swish, window wipers. Okay, great. And then we'll do the same thing to the left side, okay? So knees will fall to the left. Again, just be mindful to sit up as best as you can. If you're still, diagonal or slanted, that's fine. And then we're just going to fold over this left shin. Good. And again, you can keep your legs in this open double stag. For my personal body, it feels better to tuck my right foot under a little bit more, so my knee has a little bit more padding for my body. Okay, so again, just do what feels best. You can always slide a blanket under your knee if you need to. And then here we are in our little half pigeon. Good. Create some space through the back body. Opening up, filling up as you breathe in between the shoulder blades, the side bodies, mid back, low back. Okay, great. And then again, you're welcome to stay here, or you can lift up just a little bit to walk your hands over to the left. So again, you're just walking enough so that when you look down, you can look directly at your kneecap, and then you can stretch forward to lengthen up and over. Just seeing if that stretch changes. You may get a better stretch the other ankle, so you're welcome to go back in that way if that feels better for you. Okay. All of our hips, are made differently, and depending on what we do each day will, kind of change where we have tension, maybe where we have a little more space. Okay, again, you're welcome to stay here, or we're going to walk our hands in a little bit to lift our chest up. Walk our hands around to the left so that we're spiraling and we're twisting, looking over our left shoulder here. Stay for the inhale. And then exhaling, we'll gently walk our hands back around and then gently back behind us to lean back. Again, just do a few more little window wipers here to kind of help open up the hips. Good. Okay, great. Everyone good. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to keep with the knees pointing up towards the sky. Okay, and we're going to take our right ankle and cross it up and over our left knee. So we're in our seated figure 4 glute stretch, okay? And, we really want to kind of, again, check out like what is our back doing, our torso, right? So we want to stay seated up nice and tall as best as we can. So you can even use your hands, your arms against your legs to help lift you up. You can also use your arms behind your back, again, to help lift and float your chest up a little bit higher so that you're nice and lifted here in your figure 4 stretch. Good. And again, you can always walk your hips closer to your heel for a deeper stretch. But again, you may feel a nice deep stretch just lifting up through your chest, finding some activation, finding some resistance here. Good. Okay, let's stay for another breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Okay, we're going to gently release our legs. We're going to extend the left leg forward. We're going to keep this right knee bent. Okay, we're going to cross the right foot over the left leg, and we're going to twist. Left hand can wrap around your right leg. Right hand can reach back, or you can also bring elbow towards your knee for a nice big deep twist. Okay, whatever feels best to get on your upper back as you twist here. Flex strongly through the straight leg, the left leg. Toes point up towards the sky, and again, gently looking over your right shoulder as best as you can. Good. Inhaling in, exhaling, look forward. Good. Gently release your upper body. Right foot's going to gently walk over to the left just a little bit so that you can just soften your knee down. Okay, so it's just like a little pretzel, half full pretzel leg here. Arms reach up over your head. Drop your shoulders down and then gently start to fold forward. Okay, so we got a little double action going on here. We got a hip opener and a hamstring opener. Arms can just rest along, the sides of your legs. You can grab your toes, your ankle, your pants, but again, it's not necessary. Okay, just breathe here. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling gently and rise on up. We'll unwind the legs and we'll give them a little wag. I was trying to add a wag and legs at the same time. We'll unwind the wigs. Good. Wag them out. Good. And then we'll start again. So bend the knees. Figure 4 on the other side. Left ankle over the right knee. And sit up nice and tall. Good. Feeling that left hip open up. Good. And again, really think about the chest lifting. Can you maybe for a moment see what it feels like not to lean to your hands and all that work you have to do to stay upright? Okay. I'll change the dynamic of the stretch, right? It's a little bit more active. Use your core a little bit more. Good. Just breathe. Good. Keep lifting up through your chest. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, we'll gently release. Good. Extend the right leg out long. Keep the left knee bent. We'll step the left foot over the right, twisting here. Left hand reaches back. And then the right arm can wrap around. Or again, elbow towards your knee to twist to the left. Flex strong through the right foot. Breathe. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Good. Inhaling in, exhaling, gently releasing, and then again, softening this left knee down. We just have to walk the left foot out to the right a little bit here. Arms reach up over your head, sitting up nice and tall. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. And I know for me, I noticed a major difference in my sides, okay? I know this stretch for me, I don't not only feel it in my hamstring, but I also feel it in my calf, okay, my ankle, really behind the back of my leg fully, not just in my hamstring and my calf as well too. Good, and then maybe, your hips a little bit tighter on this side, so it also might feel a little bit different here. So a few more deep breaths. Awesome. Inhale in, exhaling, releasing. Come on up, unwind your legs again, and just give them a nice little wag, little shaky shake out. Good. Great. And then we're just going to tuck our knees under, make our way into tabletop. Okay, so that we start to just kind of put all of our stretching together in a standing form here. Okay, so on hands and knees, let's move in and out of cat and cow. And maybe notice, like as you move through cat and cow, how like the range feels different versus when we did it seated. Okay, can you articulate your spine a little bit more? Okay, great. And we're going to come back into that neutral tabletop. grounding through the left hand. Right arm's gonna reach up towards the sky. Okay, we're gonna take that top arm. We're gonna bend it, place it behind our head. Okay, inhaling, look up towards the sky if you can, and then elbow towards your opposite wrist, and then reaching right back up towards the sky again. Exhaling, elbow towards your opposite wrist, or elbow, that's fine. Inhaling, lifting up, let's do one more, elbow towards your wrist. Re-extending that right arm back up towards the sky. Let's go into full thread the needle, right arm under the left. Good, square the hips. See if you can lift the shoulder, the left shoulder up towards the sky just a little bit more, and breathe. Let's stay for 2 more deep breaths here. Reground through your left hand, unwind, right arm back up towards the sky, and then lowering back down. And we'll switch sides. Ground through the right hand, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Top arm bends, hand behind the head, and as best as you can, look up, elbow towards your wrist, opposite wrist, and then opening back up. Inhale in. Exhale, elbow towards your wrist or elbow. Reaching back up, last one. Exhaling, elbow towards your wrist. Re-extend that left arm back up towards the sky, and then threading the needle. Left arm under the right, dropping onto your shoulder. Good, and then really stack and roll this right shoulder up towards the sky. Square the hips, so you gotta probably bump the hips a little bit to the left, and just breathe. Enjoy this nice big upper back twist. Okay, let's stay for 2 more full breaths here. Right hand grounds under your shoulder to help you unwind, left arm back up towards the sky, and then gently lowering your hands back down. Good, from here, we're just gonna crawl our hands back towards our knees and tuck your toes under. Okay, we're gonna crawl back, we're gonna lift our knees up so that we come into like a little yoga ball at the back of our mat here. Okay, and if your hips have to be lifted or if your feet need to be wider, that's totally fine. We're just gonna be in this nice little squat, just rounding over just for a moment, okay? And then we'll start to straighten the legs, coming all the way up into the standing forward fold. And again, knees can be bent here. Hang on to opposite elbows. Gently just shift around from side to side, just nice and gentle. Great, release your arms, gently bend your knees. We'll slowly rise up to come up to standing. Again, go slow, let your head be the last thing that arrives. Arms will reach up over your head. And then we're gonna take, I'm just gonna turn to face y'all. We're gonna take our right ankle and cross it over our left. Okay. We're gonna grab our right wrist and we're gonna lean over to the left. Okay. So right leg's in front, leaning off to the side. Good, rise back up, arms out nice and wide, folding forward, forward fold. Good, with the right leg crossed in front. Good, notice if you're really like jamming back into your knees, can you maybe find like a little softness in between your knee joints, maybe a soft bend. Okay, and then look at your feet, really look down, hands join your hips, press into your feet to stand all the way up nice and slow. Unwind your legs, give them a little shake out, and then we'll switch sides. Left ankle, left leg over the right, arms reach up over your head, grab your left wrist, and we'll lean up and over to the right. Good. A little twisted banana. Notice your balance, know how you're pressing into your feet. Rise on up, arms out nice and wide, folding forward, forward fold. And again, try not to hyperextend the knees. Make this about the hamstrings, a little bit about balancing as you press into the ball mounts of your feet. Good, look down at your feet, hands join your hips. Slowly rise up to come up to standing. Unwind your legs and give them a nice little shake out here. Okay, standing up nice and tall, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, nice big forward fold. Inhaling, we're going to lengthen up halfway. And bend your knees, plant your hands, and walk all the way out into a plank pose. Good, nice long spine. And again, you can always drop onto your knees if you need to. And just holding here in plank for just 2 deep breaths. So inhaling in, big exhale out. Inhaling in, big exhale out. Slowly lower all the way down onto your abdominals. Okay, and again, straight legs or bent knees. And let's come up into feast pose. Elbows and forearms down. Pressing down, lifting up through our chest. And then we'll do a little of our little head action that we did earlier. We're going to look from side to side, from right to left. And again, go slow. Notice how this has changed. Maybe it feels exactly the same. Good, looking forward, exhaling, lower down, hands under your forehead. Bend your knees, window wipers. Shifting your legs from side to side. Straighten the legs back out onto the mat. Sphinx pose number 2. Lift it up onto your elbows and forearms. Really press down to lift your chest up a little bit higher. Right ear to right shoulder. Breathe. And switching left ear to left shoulder. Bringing your head back in line with your spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Then lower down, hands under your forehead. Gently bend your knees. And again, little window wipers. Just really a little, pause of space here to open up the low back and hips. Okay, awesome. Okay, great. Okay, straighten the legs out. Okay, and again, you're welcome to stay here with your forehead on your hands, or you're also welcome to come up and do this in Sphinx pose. We're just going to lift the right leg up 5 times and just hold it up at the top, okay? So we're going to lift the right leg up off the mat. Again, it can be low. Just hold it and lower down. Right leg lifts, hold it up at the top and lower down. Right leg lifts, hold it, lower down. 2 more. Right leg lifts, hold it and lower. Right leg lifts, hold it and lower. Good. Now just the left side. Left leg lifts, and again, it can be low. It does not have to be high, and lower down. Left leg lifts, hold it and lower. Left leg lifts, hold it, squeeze your glute and lower. 2 more. Left leg lifts, hold it and lower. Last one. Left leg lifts, holds it and lower. Good. Both legs now are going to lift up and lower. And again, you're welcome to lower down at any point if your back's getting tired, if it's too much. Good. And then just 2 more. Both legs lift up. Legs do not have to be together. They can be separate. Good. Last one. And lower. Good. Okay. One last little, 2 little things left here. Okay. We're going to lift both legs up, and then we're just going to go for like a little swim. So we're just going to lift right and left, little paddle, 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 a little kick, kick, kick. Good. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there and click your heels together. Click, click, click. This can be fast or slow. It does not have to be as fast as mine. Just clicking the heels together, squeezing the glutes. And again, legs are lifted up. And let's just do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your legs, relax your upper body if it was lifted. Bend your knees, little window wipers here. Good. Straightening the legs back out, hands under the shoulders. We're going to press up into tabletop. So take your time, pressing all the way back up into table. And from here, we're going to step our right foot forward in between our hands, just coming into a little low lunge, okay? Let's rise up, arms reach up over your head. Good, and then we're gonna twist up nice and high. Left arm forward, right arm back. Just twisting, nice and gentle here. Good, and then just the spirit of kind of, doing some half poses here. Okay, we're gonna take this front arm or left palm, flip it up, and we're gonna start to reach up towards the sky. And maybe this right hand, drops down towards your back leg or onto your low back. Squeeze your hips together. Breathe. And then exhaling, lower both hands back down around your right foot. We're gonna walk the right foot over to the left to come into pigeon pose, okay? So I know it's like a little bit more awkward of a way to get into pigeon. We're just gonna lower down onto our shin. Okay, we're gonna bump the left leg back. Okay, and before we fold forward, hands are gonna come walk in underneath you so that you can keep your torso lifted up, okay? Left arm reaches forward if you can, okay? Left palm flips up. We're gonna reach back and up towards the sky for that same little action we just did. Squeeze your hips together. Maybe you lift up a little bit off of the floor, that's fine. And then exhaling, lower the left hand down, lower the right hand down, and fold over in your little sleepy pigeon here. Breathe, breathe, breathe here in pigeon. Can you soften your shoulders? Can you take really full breath? Can you release any other tension in your body? Like, I'm really feeling a lot in the hips, so I need to send a lot of focus and breath into my right hip joint, through my left hamstring. Okay, great. We're going to stay for about 30 more seconds here on this side. So again, just letting go, finding space. That also might mean easing up. Maybe if you ease up a little bit, you can, find a little bit more space, go a little bit deeper. Good. Hands start to walk under the shoulders again so that you can lift your chest up. Okay. We're going to tuck the back toes under to start to, kind of shorten the stance a little bit here so your hips can lift up and you can step back into tabletop. Okay. And then just like we did with little window wipers, we're going to do a little bit of cat and cow. And then actually, if you want to, swish your legs from side to side too, you can, move your toes to the right, you can look to the right. Those are like little window wipers too. And then toes to the left, you can look to the left, little side stretch. Well, that feels really good. I'm going to do that one more time. My toes go to the right, I look to the right, and then I lean to the left a little bit. Good, and switching again, switching sides, looking to the left, leaning to the right. Good, and then coming back to the center, we'll step the left foot forward in between our hands. Coming into our low lunge here. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest and the heart. Breathe. Good, twisting up high, right arm forward, left arm back. Good, and then here's just like our nice little twisted exalted warrior. So front arm flips open, palm up towards the sky. And then we're gonna reach up and back, like a little back bend, okay? And then left hand can come to your back leg or onto your low back. Think about squeezing your hips together. Reaching up through that right side. Hips are moving forward. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhaling, hands lower down around that left foot. And then we're gonna move into pigeon pose on the left side. Left foot moves over to the right, so lower down onto our shin. Gently bumping the hips back, and then before we fold forward, we're gonna walk the hands in close to our hips to lift up our chest. Right arm reaches forward if you can. Try to find a little bit of balance here. Palm flips up, and we're gonna reach up and back again, squeezing the hips. The left hand can help you stay stable and balanced here. Good. One more breath, inhale in. Exhaling, right hand lowers, left arm lowers, and gently start to fold over in your pigeon pose. Nice, full, deep breaths. Finding more space in the hips, in the shoulders, in the face. Finding ways of letting go, doing less. Again, that might mean easing out of the posture. You may have to lift up onto your forearms. And it might just like set your hips up in a different way. Okay, and we've got about 30 more seconds here. We're going to start to walk our hands in under our shoulders. And for this transition, we're actually just going to lean over to the left side to swing the back leg around. Again, just be really mindful here. And we're going to make our way onto our backs. Okay, and again, if this is where you want to grab your strap, that's great. It's not necessary. We are kind of moving through these hamstring stretches a little fast. So it's not necessary if you don't need it, okay? Or if you just want to practice just grabbing behind the leg, okay? So let's go and start with our knees bent, pointing up towards the sky. And let's move our arms into cactus arms here. And we'll, again, the little window wipers, okay? Letting the hips move in and out. Notice your low back. Good. Okay. I know we've been doing a lot. It's all about like the hips and the hamstrings tonight. And, I'm adding some twist in there just because I know that feels really good. Okay, so we're going to move to the figure four glute stretch. Okay, so we're going to take the right ankle over the left knee. Energetically press that right knee away. And then when you're ready, you can interlace your hands around the left hamstring, okay? And this is like our, third or fourth glute stretch. So, you might feel a little bit more open than usual, okay? And, indulge in those, parts that feel a little tight, or indulge in where you can find more space and length rather than like collapsing in and closing off your joints. Okay, try to find like puffs of air in between your ankles, your knees, your hips, your toes, your shoulders, your neck. Okay. And we're going to slowly transition this figure 4 glute stretch into half happy baby pose. We're going to take and grab the outer edge of the right foot, ankle or knee. We're going to kick the right foot up towards the sky and extend the left leg out long. Okay, and then again, right knee moves towards the outside of your right rib cage or towards your right shoulder. And then here we are in half happy baby pose. And breathe. Again, soften the shoulders. Left leg does not have to be straight. You can always keep it thin, okay? Good. Okay, from our half happy baby pose, we're going to straighten the right leg up towards the sky. Okay, so I release my hand and I straighten my right leg, and this is where I'm going to interlace my hands around my right hamstring. Okay, and then I kind of, bring my leg so it's in line with my hip a little bit more. I'm a little more squared off, and I'm going to flex and point through my right foot, just flexing and pointing through the ankle. My knee is now, facing my chest instead of, out to the right. Nice and squared off here. Good. And let's just do some circles also with the ankle. And then reversing the circle. Okay, great. Okay, and then just hanging out here in the hamstring stretch. And again, you can always walk your hands up your leg, back towards your ankle. Maybe grab your toes. Again, you can use your strap here. Good. Wherever you're at is perfect. Just breathe. And again, always thinking about ways of like letting go, creating more space. And again, that might mean backing off a little bit. Okay. What can you do more of? What can you do less of? Okay, let's take about 2 more deep breaths here. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Take a nice big deep inhale in. Exhale out, and we're going to release our strap, keep our right leg up towards the sky, and we're going to lower the right leg down nice and straight, and see if you can make the right leg really long, longer than the left. And as you lower down, place it down, really thinking about someone like kind of pulling your ankle and lengthening your right leg out. And then just pause for a moment. Just notice how your right side feels versus your left. And look at that left side feel nice and open. Okay, so go ahead and bend the knees. We'll cross the left ankle over the right knee. Energetically press that left knee away. And releasing the hands around the right leg for a nice big juicy hip stretch. Right, and again, thinking about finding more space in the pose rather than collapsing or folding in. We want to feel that we have space around our body. Good, and then here we go. We transition into half happy baby pose. And again, grabbing behind the knee, the ankle, the outer edge of your foot. Kick your left foot up towards the sky as you extend the right leg out nice and long on the mat. Left knee moves to the left, the outside of your shoulder, rib cage as best as you can. Heel kicks up towards the sky. And just breathe. And how can you make this a little bit more about the right leg, right? Again, we always want to try to find space in our body, a little bit more length. Okay, good. Just breathe. We'll stay for just a few more deep breaths, softening the shoulders. And release that connection of hand and foot to extend the left leg up towards the sky. Okay, so we straighten the leg out, we square the hips here, interlace the hands around the left hamstring, and we'll work by just flexing and pointing through the left foot. Ooh, getting some cracks in my ankles here. Good, and then we'll circle the ankle. And then reversing the circle. And then really focusing on the hamstring stretch here, walking your hands up your leg if you wish, using the strap. Okay, and again, I want you to really tune in to your sides. Okay, your sides may want something different, and that's okay, right? Do not need to force your legs to be exactly the same. Okay, especially if you're working through any injuries. Okay, you really want to, not let that ego take over and really listen to what the body needs in the moment. Okay, let's stay for 2 more deep breaths here. Okay, then release your straps so that your left leg re-extends back up towards the sky. And we're gonna lower the left leg down nice and slow, straight leg. And again, really think about getting longer, taller, like someone's pulling your ankle to lower your leg all the way down, nice long leg. And then just pause for a moment, let your legs relax. Ooh, did your left leg catch up with the right? Maybe you notice it more in like your glutes and your low back. Then we'll move into full happy baby pose, okay? And I'm gonna actually turn to my back towards you all, okay, to come into happy baby. So you can, let your knees separate so your knees go to like the outsides of your ribs towards your shoulders. You can grab behind your knees. You can rock from side to side here. You can grab your ankles, again, the outer edges of your feet or even your big toes. And I'm gonna play with a little variation here just because, we opened up our hamstrings so we get in our inner thighs just a little bit. So we're gonna do just little check marks here. So I'm gonna keep my right leg bent. I'm actually gonna kind of bend my right heel towards my glute to extend my left leg out long, as it may go straight, it may not, okay? And then I'm gonna switch, bending my left knee in my left heel and extend my right leg long. So a little check mark. And you can kind of move back and forth in this way. You can also straighten both legs if you want. Okay, so we're just kind of playing with our happy baby pose here. Great, and then again, whenever you feel like you're like, ooh, okay, I think I'm done. My legs feel open. We're just going to meet in Shavasana. Okay, so just take your time. Extending your legs out nice and long on your mat. Arms can move down by your sides, palms up towards the sky. Okay, and just for a few moments, just take some really mindful breaths in and out. And as you're breathing really mindfully and fully here, okay, check in with your body. Like, how is it feeling? Okay. And we didn't do, a like super vinyasa, flowy class. We did, a little slower pace. Of course we like flowed through some things, but just kind of notice just like how your energy is, how your body feels. Are you craving more? Are you craving less? Just notice like what you accomplished on your mat this hour together. Were you able to breathe more fully? Be present? Were you able to honor your left side just as much as the right side? And then start to just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your head shift from side to side. Let's bend our knees and our elbows just a few times. And we'll slowly plant our feet down onto the mat. And we'll make our arms into cactus arms. And we'll go back to just little window wipers here. Shifting your legs from side to side. And it does not matter whatever side, your right or your left. You're going to roll over onto that side. Just pause for a moment in this little fetus position. You can hug your knees into your chest. You can kind of bring your chin towards your chest as well. Get small. And then using your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position. Good. And then let's actually place our hands on our heart. Okay. So it doesn't matter right or left or right. Okay. I know we've been doing the Hadidra Mudra, but just bring your hands just anywhere on your chest here. Close your eyes and just breathe into your hands. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Gently place your palms together at your heart center. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Namaste, everyone.